Oh man, we're just multiplying and multiplying, so five, six of us, I guess. Oh well, let's let them do the intro.
Welcome back to
Back to
the
the
Idea
idea
Machine.
machine.
You're
You're
watching
watching
the
the
Sly Guy,
Sly
Sly
Guy,
Guy,
Sly
Sly
Guy,
Guy,
Sly Guy,
Kaboom,
Kaboom,
Kaboom, and
Kaboom,
Super
Super
Kaboom,
Kaboom,
oh
oh
yeah!
yeah! Oh, kaboomy.
Kaboom, oh yeah! Kaboom, oh yeah! Here we go! Here we go!
Whatever you're saying, it's whatever you're saying. And then says speak and then you now. And then right now. And then right here. And then you know how. Then we're just saying it then right now. And then we're just saying oh yeah.
Saw you tripping, bro.
I have offended you again, so I guess this is the end. Because everybody knows you're such a snowflake and you're just quite upset at every single thing we said. Everybody knows it's all just in your head. Wasted, feeling, going, speaking. You know why you've crossed the line when I said that you were mine. Going, skiing, go hard feelings. Since you will not be my girl, this is the end of my.
Well, welcome back, guys, to another episode of AD Machine Sly Guy, Sly Guy, Sly Guy. Let's get rid of that now. Okay, so right now, okay, the reason why we're doing this episode is because Arena is slow right now, and I can't seem to connect to Arena. So let's do a little story time video, and we're gonna tell you. Okay, we're gonna discuss about nerfing a card versus downright banning the card or restricting the card in a paper format. Now, as you know, during Wizards of the Coast banned and restricted announcements, they have not banned anything at all. They have banned zero cards, basically. And the reason for this is to prevent players from quitting the game because, or prevent their sales from slowing down because people no longer want the cards that are in the booster boxes that they are trying to sell, seeing as they're going to be releasing play boosters for Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle Earth plus the holiday pack. So if you start banning cards, people won't want those products anymore. The products will end up in landfills, and once they do end up in landfills, then you're going to be stuck with not just cards which nobody wants, cards that are basically taking up space in landfills, but you're going to get bad press. The press saying that magic cards are worthless, people are just throwing them away. So Wizards of the Coast doesn't want that at all. All right? Now, what they did do, however, is they balance the cards in Arena. So if you play MTG Arena, a one ring in Arena is different from a one ring in paper. So the one ring in Arena has an activation cost of one. The one ring in paper has no activation cost. So if you want to play the one ring, just like how it used to play before it got nerfed, you can play it in paper. If you think the one ring is unfair in paper and you want to play a more balanced version of it, play in Arena. So it's a win-win situation. All right? Next up, the Bowmasters, Orcish Bowmasters. Let me pull that up here. Yep. So right now, in paper, if you play the Bowmasters, it enters the battlefield, you deal one damage and amass orcs one. Now, in Arena, the comes into play ability is gone. When you play him, he doesn't deal one damage to the opponent anymore. The opponent has to draw an extra card before he deals one damage and then amass orcs one. So that's how it works now compared to how it worked back then. You don't like the you think that the Bowmasters is unfair in paper? Play in Arena, where they balance the cards. So Wizards gives you this option. Now, why did they do this? Okay, reason why I think is because most of the people complaining about the cards are Arena players. When you go online, when you look at MTG forums, a lot of the more vocal players are players from Arena because most of the Arena players were not originally Magic the Gathering players. These are Hearthstone players, online gamers. Now, online gamers are very, very useful. Well, let's just say that they're spoiled. It's just that they're used to having online gaming companies pander to them. If they think something's unbalanced, like example, one example would be like in let's just say Valorant. Oh, this gun is so broken. This gun is so overpowered. Let's nerf it. Or let's just say what was that other online shooting game? Now I'm having a mental block now. The one with Tracer. Overwatch, yes. Let's just say in Overwatch, we say, oh, this healer is overpowered, let's nerf it. Or in Call of Duty, hey, this gun's overpowered, let's nerf this gun, make it do something more bad. Let's balance it out. So they're used to balancing stuff. They're used to having these companies pander to them. So it would make sense to actually balance the cards where the most complaints are coming from. And in this case, it's online arena because more people play online arena now, right? Now, in terms of paper, the reason why this is good and why people from paper don't complain too much is because a lot of the people who play in paper are also resellers. Can you imagine a reseller who has like three sets of bowmasters and three sets of the one ring wake up one day and have these cards banned, and then basically the cards become useless or they drop in value by almost 50%? Do you think that these resellers are still going to resell magic cards? Hmm? If the elementals get banned in paper, and these guys have like loads of elementals with them, you know, a solemnity, grief, solitude, fury. I mean, do you think that these guys are gonna still want to resell? I mean, we're gonna go back. I mean, to the US where magic is fully accessible, that's fine. But to guys like me who are overseas, man, we're gonna go back to the 90s where the only place where you can get cards are the local game stores. And with few people reselling cards, we'll have less access to difficult to get cards, especially modern cards, which are so hard to find. I mean, that's basically going to be the reality. We have no choice but to pay full retail price for cards if the stores even decide to sell them. Because most stores have teams and they reserve the most powerful cards for their teams. So, what access will we have to the cards, right? So that's another thing to look out for, man. And I think Wizards of the Coast is trying to balance everything, which is why they're just nerfing the card. They're not banning anything to prevent financial value from crumbling and to keep the player base happy. I think that would be the best win-win situation. But what do I know, man? I've just been playing Magic for like what, 30 years. So, if you have any so if you have any thoughts on the subject, kindly comment below. Once again, this is VID Machine with the Sly Guy. We're signing off, right?